Hi, my name is Patricia, and this is the video wrapping up our course, LST 370. To be honest, when I first took this course, I took it because it was a requirement for me to graduate. With that being said, I really had no idea what the course was about or, what it entailed. I had never really heard of it before. I started the course and I was a little surprised, I'll be honest, because there was a lot of writing. It seemed like a lot of writing. I understand that with a lot of online courses, there is a lot of writing. Lucky for me, I like to write. I've always liked to write. I'm actually way better, I think, at writing than I am at exams or quizzes, test taking. I'm not great with. I'm way better at writing essays and writing papers and stuff like that. So that part I liked actually. I would say, I really liked what Professor Cassell said about education is not necessarily what you learn in the class. It's more what you take with you after the class. Because how many courses have we all taken that, we have to study, 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 and flashcards and everything else, and basically we're doing it just to get the grade. And then afterwards, who really needs to know? I shouldn't say who really needs to know, but have any of us ever really used like y equals mx plus b? Or like the quadratic equation, which for some reason I remember. I don't know why, but I do remember. I There's a lot that I don't remember, and it does make sense that education should be more directly what you take with you for life from these courses that we take. When it comes to this course, I would say I'm going to start with what I was lost on. One thing that threw me for a loop, and I really wasn't sure. I was nervous. I really didn't know, I'll be honest, what I was doing, was that reading with the poetry, with the poses, whatever we were supposed to dissect and read them slowly over and over again until they sank in. I'll be honest, it never sunk in for me. Poetry has never, ever sunk in for me. It's something I've always struggled with. Even in high school, I remember I just always found it very difficult. So yeah, that I would say I was lost on. And then reading everybody else's answers, I was like, wow, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And how did they come up with that? I don't know. Poetry throws me off. So I wasn't really surprised by that, but that I was definitely lost on. Something that I feel really impacted me, and that I will definitely use in the future, it's something that I will remember, would be the habits of mind. I just feel like that is something that is totally useful. It is something that, we could all use in any areas for the rest of our life, for that matter. For more classes, more courses, for, our careers, really for anything like that involves, writing and researching and that kind of stuff. It seemed like there was a lot at first of, habits of mind and to know and to use appropriately in our writing. And I thought it was a lot at first, but when I read it, it was almost like kind of, I don't want to say common sense, because there was some stuff that I didn't know and didn't even think to use that I got from that. But it really is useful, really helpful. I really, really enjoyed learning about that. That is something I could definitely, definitely see myself using in the future. Something else I found really interesting, and it was a small assignment. It wasn't anything big, but it's something I know myself. I definitely will remember. Would be the assignment on the wabi sabi, which I thought was wasabi, just spelled wrong at first, but come to find out, because I had never heard the term before, it means, well, it's basically, the Japanese culture that they find anything with imperfections is what they find beautiful. That's what they find beauty in, and the more imperfections, actually, the better. And I just think it's really cool. It's really different than, what we're used to, because we walk in a store or Home Goods or anything, and, there's something with a crack in it or it's missing something. We look at it like, no, I'm not getting that. It's missing pieces, it's broken. It would be on clearance. Nobody wants it. However, to the Japanese people, their culture and what they believe in is beautiful are imperfections, vintage pieces and vases and things like that that are cracked and are, missing pieces and broken and things like that. That's what they find the beauty in. So really, I just feel like it kind of like made sense to me, like thinking beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, but them as a cult, I mean, as a whole with their culture, I think it's really different and cool that that's what they perceive as beautiful. That's something I definitely will remember. What else? I'm trying to think. The project. The project basically was, as we all know, to pick a topic, something going on in the community that needs fixing, and basically a problem that we had to come up with a problem to an answer, a solution, if you will, to solve it. So I, being, and I say this freely, and I say this to anybody and everybody, I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not, I used to be ashamed, I'm not anymore, because I'm over it, and I've gotten a lot better over the years, but I used to be, well, I am an alcoholic, not used to be, but I am an alcoholic. I don't drink anymore. It's been a long time. But it's something that really, really affected my life and affected my family, and it runs in my family. Alcoholism runs rampant in my family. It's something that, I have to speak to my children about, unfortunately, and it's just something that really, really impacted my life and how I am today. I am a completely different person, and I enjoy and love life. So, I mean, I still go to meetings and all that stuff. So I speak a lot, actually. I speak of my story and what I went through. And for the topic, I chose substance abuse. And the high school, actually, my school district, I found out, does not have a substance abuse program. So what I proposed, was to implement a program for drug and alcohol. How many times do you hear these stories, these kids, oh, I tried it, a pill, I didn't know what it was, and tragedies, deaths that could have been prevented. These kids are uneducated on this, and somebody's going to offer them something, and they can't go in blind. I mean, that's what we did. We never got the talk, and we didn't have any programs, so yeah, it's been a disaster. And that's why, with the opioid epidemic and everything going on, I just really feel strongly about that. And that's why I speak a lot at meetings, and I try to get involved. And I basically, I love it because I want to give back. People helped me when I was in need, and I want to give back. I'm sorry, I went on and on about that. I didn't want to write this. I wanted to see if I could do it just speaking off the top of my head. So basically with the project, that's why I chose that. And I really surprised myself, to be honest, because I didn't realize, and I liked the way we did it, because how we did it with the outline and, following who we're interviewing and why we're interviewing that person and what we got out of the interview. Those are all things that are going to be in the end result. And it just really makes sense and organizes everything. And I think it makes it really easy to understand, as opposed to just writing an essay and writing all over the place. Because I do that sometimes. So I think that was really, really good. I think this was a great assignment. I really, really enjoyed it, actually, because I could relate to it. And I'm really hoping that this happens. I have an appointment with the superintendent to speak to the superintendent. I'm super nervous, but I'm ready. And I hope that gets done. I think I covered everything. I covered what's going to impact my life, what I learned, something negative, and the last part, the project. So that's all. My name is Patricia. Good luck to everybody. And it's been great working with you guys. Have a great day, night, life. Thank you.